All right, welcome in. This is second round coverage of the 2025 Egmonster Disc Golf Classic here in Taranaki, New Zealand, brought to you guys by RPM Discs. We're at Inglewood Golf Club today. Joining me again, Nate Perkins. You own a van in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You've been here this much.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's one of my favorite countries in the entire world. Probably the purest place on our little blue planet. And this is a pretty pure golf course.
Yep.
I mean, we saw yesterday it's playing pretty fair. It's incredibly windy out here on a regular basis. Yesterday we had 25 plus. Today it had some moments of calm out there, but then there were some swirling 15 mile per hour winds.
Yeah, it's gusty.
Yeah.
It's not consistent, and we're also going to see a little bit of rain. As you can see, it's subtle. There's not too much of it, more of a drizzle than anything, but it is going to be playing part. Robert Burridge jumping onto the lead card. If you watch the Pro Tour, you're familiar with him. Nearly won the Des Moines Challenge in a playoff against Simon Lizotte a couple years ago and possesses all the skills one would need to take something down like this.
He does. Aiden Scott as well, 10-15 out of Tennessee. He had some good moments on the tour last year or two.
Yeah, finished his round with an eagle yesterday. So he's trying to keep that momentum going and catch up to the leader, me.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see you play again today. Got to play with you yesterday, and man, it was some high-level disc golf. Can't wait to see you bring it again. Hole 1, 732, par 4. OB all along the left side of the fairway, and then the OB kind of pinches in as we get up there to the pin. It's like 15 feet to the right of the bucket here. A little head, a little left to right off the tee. Really, there's plenty of room to crack a driver.
Yeah, it's not too tight. Pretty nice for a first tee.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Egmonster 2025, presented by RPM Discs, here at the slightly more overcast but still beautiful Inglewood Golf Club for our round 2 MPO lead card. And what a card we have. Leading us off from Wichita, Kansas. Our pleasure to welcome him back here to New Zealand for the second year on the trot. Please welcome Luke Humphries.
All right, Luke. So first tee, got the lead by 2. What's the heart rate right now?
And it's there, but I know it's the second round. I'm not trying to take it too serious. I just want to get a shot out there. Don't turf it. Don't throw it into the OB. Keep it low. Pretty similar spot to where I was at yesterday. I'm pretty confident that I can throw that forehand close to 400 feet. It's slightly downhill, that approach.
From Houston, Texas, please welcome Robert Burridge.
Rob, he can throw it further than me, for sure. Guy's got a great swing. He's been playing for a long time. Low PDGA number. I think him and his dad started when he was a kid. And you can just tell he's got a gifted, smooth motion. It only comes from learning it as a kid, really.
I believe he's in between sponsors right now. He's been Lone Star last couple of years. No longer.
Georgia.
I think he's still an enforcer right there off the tee.
Yeah, very well could be. He was throwing some generals as well.
The third highest rated player in the world. Please welcome Ezra
We'll get into that later.
Robinson.
We got a guy throwing Discraft now. We talked about it yesterday, but Ezra fresh onto that.
Yeah, he was kind of in between this Nuke and the Force. Not quite sure the stability of those drivers just yet.
We all have a favorite driver, and I don't think Ezra's found like his favorite driver yet.
H. Pierce Nuke needs to sit down, and it does so just in time.
And our
That's a
fourth
bomb.
and
That's
final
way
member
out there.
here
Opens up
on
this angle too.
round 2 MPO lead card from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's a rising star and one to watch. Please welcome Aiden Scott.
Yeah, Aiden's mainly a backhand player. He's got a fantastic backhand. I think 2 years ago at the Champions Cup, he really made a splash. Got a top 10 there. I think he played on either some chase or even a lead card. He's got all the skills and a very direct, flat putt, perfect for wind.
Good luck to all and give it heaps, have fun.
Aiden also in between sponsors, correct? He's been Prodigy last few years, no longer.
Yeah, that was a PD2 from him.
All right, so D3 here. Kind of neutral, right?
Yep. This one will flip to flat when you give it a little spin.
This is almost the exact spot you threw from yesterday.
It really was.
And almost the same result.
Yep.
Into a little crosswind, right?
Bit of a head left to right.
Yep.
This one needs to not skip. Huge skip.
Gets a huge skip. That'll be OB. Circles edge.
Yep.
Putt for the par.
Yep. And being all the way left over here, perfect for Ezra, because he's throwing that backhand into the green. Doesn't really have to turn it over at all. Can kind of just throw it straight, even a little hyzer.
Yeah, it's nice. I think that's Kratos.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Robert did go general off the tee, and he's throwing harp approach
Dude,
here.
He was so far up there. It was a very simple approach for him. And he makes those approaches with a forehand look so easy. His motion is effortless.
So this is actually C2 for Aiden after the forehand skipper. Ooh, yeah, that got there quick.
Yeah, he's going to be putting hard and direct.
Probably just a hair of tailwind over your left shoulder.
I think so. Little low, little left.
Love to see those stick, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you missed it, or?
Kind of. I mean, it was a 50-50 maybe. Yeah. You know, I put a good motion on it.
Up and in for Ezra.
Yeah, no problem. Starting off his round better. You know he's going to catch fire in New Zealand. We're just not sure when.
Yeah. He's 1046.
Yep.
One of the highest rated players ever.
He's going to start feeling some of these discs too.
Yeah, it's a tough bogey to start. One of the easier holes on the course.
Yeah, you just got to protect against the big skip right out of bounds. You should be putting 15 feet left of the basket there.
Hole 2, 330. Drone's flying up the middle, but because of the wind direction, it's right to left. Most players are playing out wide and swinging something back in. It's a little gusty today, so you could have had a calm tee shot, or you could have had a pretty strong right to left when you stepped up.
Yeah, and we were probably right in between that. It was definitely not as windy as yesterday. I threw a fairway driver up the middle yesterday, and I'm going mid-range today. It felt like I could keep this ceiling right.
Yeah, you don't feel like it's going to push too far left if you hit it clean?
Yeah, and I kind of poked through the left side. Wasn't my intended line. That tee box is... it's got a really thick turf on it, and my feet did not move when I got on it. My hips were actually hurting me after that throw.
That's C1, though. And Robert's looking extra wide. This can play if he gets a skip, but that's too wide. Yeah.
Oh, just into the rough is where he landed. Probably would have worked his way into a putt otherwise. Ezra went wide yesterday. Didn't like it. I think he hit early, actually, so going straight today.
Yeah, looks like a buzz there.
Beautiful shot for
C1.
him. Yep, C1.
Driver for Aiden. Likely going extra wide. Okay. Yeah, also just pushed it too flat.
But it almost skips backwards towards the basket again. Gives him another look. On days like this, it's just a good opportunity to put yourself 6 feet and not worry about the putt at all. You can only hit so many windy putts before it overtakes you and you become anxious. And to have some tap-ins, to have some no-brainer, just some tap-ins.
Wow, he's putting fast from that range.
No kidding, dude. That was not recommended. Little right to left, little tail.
Oh, it looked good.
I felt like I threw a good putt.
Off the top of the rim.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes with that tail right to left, you either get it stays up in the air or it gets that drop, and it just dropped on you.
Both of us played a little lift, or just to stay consistent. It didn't, but that's a great putt, very direct, sneaking it over the rim. when you run a hard circle two like that, go out to the edge, but then make that comebacker real strong like you just did, it gives you confidence to continue doing it. And eventually you're going to hit some of those circle twos if you stay confident on the green.
Rocking the new Go Throw hoodie.
Yeah, got some new merch available. GoThrow.com. We also have tickets to our first 3 events available, so if you're looking to spectate some of this stuff, definitely go check that out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Hideaway again in Texas.
And that's going to be the first one. It's definitely going to be a fun one.
All right, and this isn't necessarily a fun hole, speaking of fun.
No,
it's just a hard one.
It really is. On the course, you gotta decide that you're going to probably get a par. And then you got to go chip, and then position power to an easy layup is the way that I think you have to play this. But you can't get too aggressive off the tee, and you can't really get too aggressive on the second shot either. You have to use self-control. Going reblend D2, this thing holds up in the wind. Great. I love it for that.
So why this reblend D2 versus one of your neutral D3s?
I want to be able to turn it a little bit. When I'm in a situation like that with the OB right, OB left, my comfort zone is a little turn. And so I'm going with the most stable thing I can so I don't have to worry about missing right.
Robert going enforcer here.
Yeah, skips it
Yeah.
into the fence, stays in bounds. We saw Ezra go under the fence yesterday. With this exact disc, looks like the rain's kind of coming down right now too.
Looks like the nuke is kind of taking the spot over those pink forces.
Especially in these headwindy conditions. And this is that PD2 from Aiden. One of the newer ones, something stone. He's got the confidence to crack that thing over.
Yeah, that's a confident shot right there.
Totally is.
Trust in that disc.
Ride the OB line. Yeah, I'm not trying to land in the short grass fairway. That's taking it too close to the OB for me.
They're going to fight out?
Yep.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, it was huge.
He might be in range.
He's going to have options.
Like
Yeah.
350 to the green probably from there.
A little further.
Okay.
Yep. He didn't really throw that first shot too well. We're all just like picking up the same disc we threw off the tee and really just going again.
Again, just that same baby Annie.
Yep.
All right, nearly matching Ezra's lie right there. It's a good spot to be.
Yeah. He has so much more power, but he's really controlling it, you can tell, and placing these shots here. So, again, picking up the same disc. Robert, enforcer, trust in that turn. Keeping it low, though, that's a great thing to do in the headwind. Placed. He's inside 400. He's more close to that 350 that you were talking about. Aiden felt like at the last second he kind of kept himself from turning that one over properly.
Yeah, got the nose up a little too. Just kind of stalled it.
But he also is in a position where he could attack. I'm not really thinking about it here. I'm thinking 50 feet left of this.
So this is just stable D3 now, just out left.
Yeah, this is a disc that could have possibly turned right out of bounds if I was throwing it on the tee shot or second, but really need the extra distance on that third. So.
Okay. Yeah, you want that jump putt approach for the par.
Definitely.
Nothing further.
Nope. Ezra looked like he thought about something for a second, maybe pulled off of it, and then...
Ooh, definitely overthought that shot, man. Ooh, did that skip back? No, it did not.
Came within about 1.5 feet of coming off that tree back in bounds, but I think that split second where he doubted himself and cost him an out-of-bounds stroke, and now a tricky spot to approach from.
Well, Luke, you know the saddest part about the day? Was that the mountain was blocked.
Hidden the whole
all day, man.
You could see just the very base of it.
Yeah.
Knew it was back there, and that's an out-of-bounds, unfortunately, from Aiden as well. Both those guys just trying to get a little much, turning it over. I mean, I don't even know what your target is when you're trying to approach from 420 feet on this hole.
You know, every time I see Robert with that hat with the M on it, I always think of Dragon Ball Z. Majin Buu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of football fans out there.
When Vegeta had the M on his forehead.
I-
Every time. Chris knows.
I personally don't. I think a bunch of our viewers.
Oh, there's a
know as
ton
well.
of Dragon Ball Z fans out there in the disc golf world. Get up. That's hazard. That's
Going
bad.
OB straight to the hazard, and now he's got this weird uphill putt.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's not good. Ezra,
Sonar.
he
That's
really,
got to go.
he,
Oh.
he just zips them. They stay in the air.
Yeah, it's a special thing. Not
I'd
a
like to
jump
know-
putt, not a throw.
I'd like to know what his spin rate is on something like
On
that.
those putts, yeah,
Yeah.
we need the tech disc for that for sure.
Very confident.
It's a good putt for the double.
Yeah.
You miss that, it can really get out of hand.
Yeah, this hole begs you to get aggressive, and you're penalized almost every time you do it. I haven't seen anybody do it correctly. We saw Robert get inside the circle and still choose to lay up.
Yeah. And played is the hardest hole on the course once again today.
Yeah, you got to wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze there. Quick second, though, guys, let's talk about Cancer Playbook, who's helping sponsor this entire coverage. We're partnering with them because they're a fantastic resource for cancer patients, and we all know some of them. To have a free resource that's provided that gives real-life insight, practical tools, and hope for patients navigating their journey. Take a second, hit that Cancer Playbook QR code right there. The donations go a long way, and we're trying to get 10,000. Going with that D3.
And cruising into a great spot again, Luke.
Yeah.
You hit from probably 45 yesterday. That's probably 40 feet right there.
Yeah, put a little more hyzer on it than yesterday. Similar spot, though.
Robert going to try and go air shot here.
This looked so good out of his hand.
It's that same tree we saw it yesterday from Braden, I believe.
You really have to take it extremely wide and have it going almost left to right when it finishes that flight. This is that pipeline. Overturned it yesterday. And a similar thing today.
Yeah, even quicker on the turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough backhand.
Yeah, an understable mid-range is a very personal disc to you. You don't have a ton of them that you trust in situations like this, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but he just hadn't figured that one out.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he had some discs with Prodigy that he had for many years,
Yeah.
regardless of the company. I mean,
Yep.
he knew him well.
Yep.
What is that? What is that?
It was cruising
That's
out.
wild.
It was cruising out, headed to about 45 before it connected with that
It's
tree.
again just halfway between a putt and a throw.
Yeah. He's putting with those stable discs.
The jury.
The jury. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's an extremely overstable putter. Not my best effort.
We just kind of pushed it out left.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people 3-putt this green, a 5-putt on this green. I wasn't thinking about it, but it is a windy green.
That was nasty.
Beautiful spin putt.
Direct.
Looked like there was no wind involved. That's how you want to bounce back from a 7. And I think his roller tight to the trees is the pure play. Getting a forehand to get to the basket, it says 420. You have to be able to throw that thing 480.
Yeah, it's like an AB or 2019 Eagle McMahon flick.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Gossage is a perfect example. He's elite with the forehand. He could do it, but even he's having trouble doing it.
Yeah, he's kind of playing pin high left,
Yep.
like 30 left.
shout out to Simon Feasy, Jackson Sullivan, aka Jacko, and the entire team over at RPM for helping sponsor this coverage and for growing disc golf in New Zealand. They're part of the reason we're here at Perk.
No doubt. It's in our nature. At hole 5, 344, you're blind to the green. Practice really plays here because you can't go too deep or you'll be blocked.
This is one of those European Open cloud breakers. A gold rim.
Oh, yeah. Domey guys.
They're stable.
Yeah.
Domey, a little stiffer. He's going to be short, circle's edge. I could tell that was short, so I'm looking for a similar line. And I found myself long yesterday, so I wanted to make sure I didn't do that.
It's the Reblend D2 again.
This is the Reblend D2.
Yeah, a little higher. Oh, nice correction, man.
Yep, it was higher. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Just threw it a little higher. And I think it was at that moment that Ezra was like, man, those are good discs. He had
Did he say something?
Yeah, he had a few of the same exact run. Actually, Isaac did too. I wonder where those are at now.
Hit him up.
Yeah, it's an extremely good run.
Yeah.
Any of the new Reblend stuff is great. And that was a perfect shot from Robert, following my trails, doing it even better.
This looks a little flat. That might be deep. That's a tough spot right there. There's almost no putt.
Yeah, luckily he stayed. He's going to be able to straddle left.
Okay.
He's going to full out straddle, though.
So you got another one for us, Luke? Just a dime.
In the heart. That spin putt's looking good. That's a PX3.
Yeah, it's on hyzer, but it's just fast enough of a putt. It's not really moving right to left ever.
No, he's zipping them. It's a stable putter, too. The PX3 is a stable.
Oh.
Yeah. He made it look really easy.
Yeah,
he took no time.
That's
either.
a hard putt. Oh,
Walked
look at him
over
with the Paul Macbeth.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
That's cool seeing a guy switch like that, rocking some new gear.
No kidding.
It is funny though when the company like sends a player their gear and their clothes like don't fit yet and they still wear it because they're on coverage.
That's what I got. Yeah, 'cause I came.
You got
to
a
New
Paul
Zealand.
Macbeth shirt, man. It's extra large.
He said he's got the 3 shirts for New Zealand.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should.
We're gonna have some.
We'll stamp some stuff up for him. We'll go through this crowd.
OTB stamped some stuff up for us, and we're gonna have some like 101, some really sweet stuff. Go throw stamped up coming our way. We'll have it probably in the next 3-4 days, and we're just gonna spread it out. Everybody who's here is getting some.
Cool.
Be on the lookout for that.
See how the disc kind of rests up in Aiden's hand like that? Kind of like how Paul Macbeth does it, where he holds the disc kind of nose up Annie before he throws a shot.
Yeah, it could have been because he was throwing a roller, but let's see if he continues doing it.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed. I liked the forehand skipping into the wide open right side. It worked for me yesterday. So I'm looking to go low.
Yeah, a little bit of tailwind helps this forehand.
Yeah, there was more tailwind than I thought there would be. It didn't even... I didn't flip to flat.
It didn't flip to flat. Just a little too much hyzer and...
Put me in a weird spot. This is that enforcer from Robert. He does like these little nose down air bounce forehands that are literally 5 feet off the ground and travel 400 feet.
Yeah, that's that ultimate frisbee player in him coming out.
Ezra going Undertaker. Didn't turn this one as much as he needed to yesterday, and this is nice correction.
Right past the drop zone.
Throwing it right up there by Chris. That's a perfect spot to be.
Yeah, see how it is in his hand right there?
Yeah.
It's kind of resting nose up.
Yeah. Going with that Cloudbreaker again. That's a pretty good pull. Getting a lot of ground play. Did you notice there was more ground play today with that little bit of rain on the golf surfaces?
It's like not as much friction, just kind of squeaking on by.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. Grab the Reblend D2.
Oh, yeah. Little follow through out the gap.
Yeah.
Is that getting there?
I just never got the skip. I think the height, due to that tailwind, it dropped me out, and I loved it. I had to hit a gap to do it. and didn't work out.
So Robert went and forced her off the tee. Now general on this hyzer.
Yeah.
He hasn't announced yet, right?
I don't believe that he has talked about a major sponsor, manufacturer this year. Could still be coming.
Yeah.
Definitely got the mixed bag going on right now. Malta turnover for Ezra, and even when you throw the perfect drive and you're trying to play that left side, there's no perfect route.
Yeah, there's nothing great, especially if you don't have that just hyzer forehand. There's one gap on the left side. That's a tough mid shot for Ezra.
Yeah. Shout out to my boys Tom and Blake over there. A couple of good blokes from New Zealand. I had the low ceiling shot. I didn't really want to run that, so that was me pitching up. But
It's a bunch of chill cats out here, man.
I like
a lot of chill Kiwis. I really enjoyed the company.
Yep. I'm having a great time over at Jimmy's house. He's been a great host.
Yeah, we're going to go have a little barbecue action tonight.
I think that's where we're going after
Some
this.
Backyard golf.
Yep. Robert just high. He'll be taking the par, and Ezra, after running that putt, comebacker for par. Good. Aiden, coming back from that double bogey nicely.
Yeah. Back to even. That's the way to do it.
He kind of has like an Alden Harris putt, kind of.
Just really direct.
Yeah, and he keeps it high and then just pushes it straight from the chest.
Yeah.
It's perfect in the wind in situations like this. Hole 7. This is probably your best chance to just open up, bomb one out there. There is OB right, but if you hyzer around that tree, it really shortens your approach, which is OB laden, and it's nice to be shorter, headed into something left OB, right OB, long OB.
Yeah, there's a little bit of tail right to left off the tee. Ideal shot is 475. Flips up to flat for just a second.
Yeah, find me one of those.
Look at this. He loves that sharp Annie with this PD2.
He does. He thought it was going to hit that tree, but gets through clean. That's a good position to be in. Little side hill, but he can throw a hyzer into the green, play that side slope nicely.
That's a good shot of you right there, Luke. The focus face.
I didn't hit this one yesterday. I wanted to get a little further down there today. I'm typically throwing like 80%, around the course. And I probably put 91 on that.
All right, man.
That's about what I got.
With that D3?
Yes, that's my favorite D3 at the moment. Neutral.
Oh, Robert kind of getting into that shot.
He did. He one-angled around that tree past Aiden. Yeah, Aiden didn't really catch his, but...
He probably threw that a hair over 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think so. That one definitely came out faster than 70 miles per hour. Another just like flat to hyzer. Cruising past mine. Way up there with Robert.
Yeah, that's that pink force from Ezra.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what disc that was, but he comes up about a meter short of the circle, which is it's not the preferred putt.
No. You've got a right to left.
I went with that A5. Got it to hyzer into the hill a little bit, land softly.
That's a high level shot. You can't, there's no reference point, but it's a ripping right to left right now.
There is no reference point. It's completely out there, and this was really good. Harp there from Robert. Stable approach. That was perfect.
This is that Kratos putter again.
Just a little bit straighter of a putter.
Is it straighter than the Luna?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But that
that's
almost
OB line. That's not even the circle. That's OB.
No, yeah, he cruised long. The second you crest the hill and this golf surfaces, you're cruising out. Look at that, dude.
Oh, it's a good catch, too.
Yeah, it was. Initially out of the hand, I don't think he liked it. He slaps his leg right away, but he's that good. Kind of thought I was getting a stroke on him, honestly. Yeah.
Are you keeping track somewhat in your head?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, I just felt like I was going to pick one up.
Yeah. You know, some people can't help but
Yeah,
just kind of keep track of everyone's score.
I know.
I feel like it's
Those people need to try and fix that.
yeah,
Because
it's an affliction. I think it's an affliction.
It really is. It is. This one got gusty on me.
Yeah, I had to think about it just a bit. Nice putt though.
Mm-hmm. I felt confident with it the whole time. Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't experiencing a gust I couldn't plan for.
Yeah, a little slower start than yesterday. You're 3 down through 7.
Mm-hmm. Yep. At this point, I was...
You were 5, yes.
4, because I birdied this one and the next one
Okay.
to get to 6. But here we are at hole 8. Man, really out there. Exposed green. OB left. Tricky hole.
Yeah, and there's a right to left wind too. We saw just how wide these players had to take the hyzer yesterday.
It felt like the wind wasn't as prevalent today. I was looking at that basket. It wasn't really blowing. So I was like, all right, throw it a little higher, same line. And just right away, it lifts up out of nowhere. So I'm like, oh, this is OB.
And the FX2
Got down.
dives down for you.
Yeah.
That's tough when you don't have a wind read. Honestly, it's tough to have the box.
It really was. And immediately the flag on the basket started picking up. So it was obvious what was going on. Just
A little miscue right there from Burridge.
I felt like a mid-range possibly from him. And just inside with the mid doesn't get around that tree fast enough.
Ezra had a great shot yesterday, and that's also way inside.
Yep.
Needs help. Not going to get it. Goes
Opposite
through the
reaction
fence.
of Levi yesterday, who hit that bench, stayed in, made the putt for birdie. Ezra now putting for his par. And this is the proper width. But
And stop.
today's ground just wasn't letting things check.
Yeah, it still had a lot of speed when it hit.
This is awkward here from Robert. He's got to pitch this. Annie, it went right by the basket, and he's right next to Ezra now.
Oh, he's
so
down the hill.
Yep.
That was like a little
down.
ultimate frisbee toss too, like a
was.
pass to the end zone.
It was.
And he's gonna go back-to-back C2 putts. That one for par.
Dude, that putt was so good.
That's a big putt. We saw Goose yesterday hit the cage and roll back OB for the
Right,
triple bogey.
right. Yeah. The penalty for missing that one can be dire. Back-to-back putts, they made that look so easy. I'm not going to lie. Stepping up to mine, I was trying to find that ease, and it just didn't feel easy. A little high. I knew I had to throw it at the pole, basically, and my instinct just didn't allow me to.
Because of the wind direction you
Yeah,
had?
the headwind that was going to blow my disc up. I knew I needed to throw pole high, and it would lift into the chains. And it's a weird shot to trust from that close. He just did it nicely right there.
He kind of avoids disaster right there.
He did. Gets his bogey, though, unfortunately. And Ezra grabbing that circle 3. Aiden grabbing the birdie. The one that started it the widest. You really just got to start it twice as wide as you think you need to.
Yeah, start it wide or, throw a flick.
Oh, yeah, you almost aced it.
Well,
beforehand.
not just me, but I mean, it feels like it's
Yeah.
the play when there's a right to left wind.
I agree. I just don't want it to break over and miss
Yeah.
left.
Gossage made it look easy today, too. But
Did he?
anyhow, on to 9. You've got 5 strokes on this card right now, Luke. This is the easiest hole on the course. 545.
Yeah.
Most players are playing left of the sidewalk that plays as a river, though, and leaving themselves a
Totally.
little approach.
It's a position shot right around 300 feet. But
As I say that, Aiden
Yeah.
is ripping it. He's trying to play this across the sidewalk and does so.
it kind of slides out due to that water, I think, on the top of the grass, and no problem. Not that it would have stayed on the path. That would have been bad luck.
Yeah.
I think, but going reblend D2, I can turn it over nicely. It's got speed and stability to fight back, and that's exactly where I want to be.
Yeah, you're loving that disc.
It's a good one.
Malta for Ezra.
Gives it some turn. Look at this.
Chill out.
It just
Oh, it just glided.
cruises. He didn't even look like he threw it hard, right?
I didn't think it was getting to the golf green. That's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert kind of flipped his up too, actually. But he stays safe. Forehand's definitely the play, I think. It's just kind of a mindless forehand shot. And this harp is so good. The shot, I mean, it's just... He could have done it with anything but brilliant, just sliding it up. We've talked about it before, but being on the proper side of the basket is key, especially in these high elevated basket situations.
Yeah, like that putt right there. It's 18 feet, but nasty headwind.
Yeah, this is my worst shot in New Zealand.
Oh, is it? Is
Yeah.
that finding the OB?
Almost did.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the miscue right there?
I think, honestly, that I don't know about that one. It
The
was,
last thing you thought about was not target and angle.
You're right.
Yeah.
It must not have been. I can't remember what it was, though.
All right, you got a little uphill bid.
I
It's
know.
kind of
It
safe.
seems stupid to run it, but I like doing stupid things. I gave it like the ante in the right to left, knowing it'll drop. You kind of just, you play for the slam down.
Oh, that's a good stick. He had one that kind of pushed out left side. That one had his back.
Yeah, being on the right side. He was the tailwind putt. So now these are headwind putts.
Oh, no. That is painful.
Didn't even think about it.
Oh, and he hits it in the same exact spot.
Yeah.
That one stays. So, Luke, I totally misspoke right there. No.
That was point
That
blank, dude. It just
hurt.
fought back out.
So this is the topic of conversation, right? I mean, the integrity of the catching device totally changes
When it's
when
elevated.
you elevate it.
Yeah.
So it's the lifelong discussion. Like,
Yeah.
should we elevate the pins? But I totally misspoke. I thought you had 5. You only have 3 over Burridge.
Yep.
You would have just had 2 if
No kidding.
that one stuck for
Yeah,
him.
that was a
but,
tap in. He played that hole perfectly. Should have been rewarded.
but we got a ball game.
It is a ball game. I knew it was going to be, especially in these windy conditions.
Okay, Eli Swanson actually closed the gap on you. He's
5
just
through 10.
2 back after 10 holes.
Yeah, Levi Stout making a little move there under par. And Aiden's fighting. He's definitely fighting back. Had the double bogey, bounce back with the turkey. We got a lot of action to come.
Yeah, it's a good watch, man. It's an enjoyable course.
Yep.
It's fun.
Yep.
Really hoping the clouds disappear tomorrow so we can see the mountain some more.
That would be great, man. All right, you guys, for Nate Perkins, I'm Luke Humphries. Thanks for joining us on this second round coverage from Go Throw. We'll see you on that back nine.